during the past 10 months after the new government, a new ultra-Orthodox and ultra-Zionist radical government took power, they've been trying to practice more vicious and aggressive actions against Palestinians in Al-Aqsa Mosque, in the churches of the holy city of Jerusalem, and all through the West Bank. The settlers were waging daily, if it's not hourly, attacks against Palestinians. So the accumulation of aggression against the Palestinians forced the Palestinian resistance to take on this operation. And let us not forget about this aggression or aggressive actions against Palestinians in 1948. For us, settlement attack or settlement wave is not only in occupied Jerusalem and West Bank, it's also within 1948. They are still confiscating lands from Arab Palestinians in the Negev desert in the south and Upper Galilee. So the whole wave of settlement and the whole wave of aggression by settlers is at all Palestinians in all of historic Palestine. And that's why they call it the strategy of patience. That's why the resistance launched its operation now, because this cannot be, tolerated anymore. From one side, it's not only Hamas, the Islamic resistance. It's not only Hamas, it's all resistance group, including jihad, Islamic Jihad and other factions that is related to Fatah movement, which is Fatah movement also is in the Palestinian Authority. It is the Palestinian Authority, we can say indirectly, is run by the Fatah movement, but Fatah movement also have Al-Aqsa brigades, and they are involved within the resistance in the West Bank, in Jenin refugee camps, in Nablus, in Balata refugee camp, in all other camps. All the resistance are united together. In Gaza today, all resistance is joined together. I don't know if you have seen, Hamas is not part of the Palestinian Authority, but I'm saying that part of Fatah, which is run by the Palestinian. The Fatah movement is the Palestinian Authority, but there is the Palestinian Al-Aqsa brigades, which is practically is the Fatah movement. Fatah is split between the PA and the resistance within the same movement. So in the West Bank, the Al-Aqsa brigades are part of the resistance against the occupation. Now, at this moment, and after all these developments, it would be like a suicide for the PA to stand against Fatah, because it lost most of its popularity among Palestinians when they didn't stand by Hamas during the past wars, Israeli wars against the Gaza Strip. So it would be like a suicide for them if they don't, act in a very sensitive and diplomatic way, at least in front of the whole world. The retaliation by the Israelis, they only have one option: to use air raids, air forces, drones, and launching missiles from a distance. They can't go into the Gaza Strip. Now, the Israeli army had announced that alongside the borders with Gaza, the Israeli army cannot take action because there are fighters Palestinian resistance fighters who infiltrated into the occupied areas, into the settlements. 35 soldiers has been kidnapped, and they are in custody within the resistance. So with the resistance in Gaza, so they cannot endanger the hostages, and they cannot also endanger new casualties among the soldiers. If they go inside Gaza, that would be a massacre, because the people, not only the resistance, the people now will take actions. Israel is gonna ask for a ceasefire. I'm sure that they have started. I'm sure that, in their diplomatic circles, they have started this already. They cannot take it. This is like what they call it. It's very sensitive for them. This is a war of attrition. A war of attrition against the military establishment, the security establishment, and against the settlers in the West Bank. It's gonna continue until the occupation is gone.